It feels good to say these words after your last regular season game, especially when that last regular season game is at home against a division rival. Throw up the W's, ladies and gentlemen. Can't spell skull without the L. Detroit Lions win today from Ford Field against the Minnesota Vikings. Final score 30-20. So, there's a lot we need to discuss following this game. A lot of it positive, but unfortunately, some of it is negative too. Lots to discuss. Let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the negative news, which is injury related. Sam Laporta and Khalif Raymond both leaving this game with knee injuries. Here's the update from Dan Campbell. And as you can see, this is via Dave Burkett of the Detroit Free Press. Dan Campbell on Sam Laporta's knee. Quote, "It's not as bad as it looked, but it's not good news. We'll know more tomorrow." And they've added that Dan said Khalif Raymond is in the same boat. And then here's this from Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network. Quote, "Lions Pro Bowl tight end Sam Laporta suffered a hyperextended knee and a bone bruise," source said after the MRI. "He's likely to miss some time, but as Coach Dan Campbell said, not as bad as it could have been." Well, there's some good news and bad news here. The good news, it doesn't look like it's going to be as bad as what we might have initially feared. That's good news. The bad news, it doesn't seem like Sam Laporta is going to play in next week's wildcard game. I don't know what to say. It sucks, man. It sucks to see anybody go down with an injury, but especially a guy like Sam Laporta, who, as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, has just been such a stud of a rookie for this football team. He's been so good for us. Just today before he got hurt, he got his 10th touchdown this season as a rookie, and he also broke the NFL record for receptions by a rookie tight end. Yeah, it sucks, and it's a big-time loss for this football team right before the playoffs are about to start. And not just Sam, Khalif Raymond, he's going to be a big loss too if he potentially misses some time. Real unfortunate that it had to happen, period, especially the final regular season game of the season, right before we host a home playoff game in the wild card round. Sam, Khalif, if you do miss some time, all of us here in Detroit are hoping for nothing but the best. We hope to get you back soon. But unfortunately, I will say this too, ladies and gentlemen. Again, injuries suck to anybody, but it's the unfortunate truth. They happen in football. It's part of the game. Injuries happen. It's next man up. Guys got to step up on this offense. Specifically for Sam Laporta. Guys got to step up. James Mitchell, Brock Wright, if he maybe comes back. I don't know. He's missed the last couple of games, but if he comes back, he's got to step up. Everyone on the offense has to step up when we're possibly going to be missing that big-time weapon in Sam Laporta. Here's something to possibly think about. Do we potentially make a move at tight end to help us in the playoffs without Sam Laporta? This tweet from Tom Pelissero definitely makes you think. It's interesting. I guess we'll see. And here's the last thing I'll say about these two big injuries. I know a lot of people are already having this discussion. I'm sure a lot more people are going to have this discussion as the week goes on. Whether or not Dan should have rested his starters for this game. Whether or not Dan should have pulled his starters and key players during this game too. Here's all I'll say. I'll just show you this tweet from Justin Rogers. I think he hits the nail on the head right here. What he says in this tweet are my exact thoughts. That's all I'm going to say. Sam, Khalif, Detroit loves you. We hope you heal up soon, and hopefully we'll get you back sooner rather than later too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the negatives. On to the positives following this game and just for this football team going into the wild card round next weekend. I have a lot of positives. They're all written down in my notes here. I have a lot of them, so I'm just going to try to hit on them all very quickly. First of all, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Ali McNeil, both back today. Love to see it. Two big Two big pieces to get back on the defense before the playoffs. Speaking of CJ Gardner-Johnson, he had an interception in this game. His first pick in Honolulu Blue. An interception in his first game back. Let's go CJ Gardner-Johnson. And not the only interception the Lions had in the fourth quarter today. Cam Sutton got a pick too, which was caused by some pressure by Afonso Melifonwu. Let's go Iffy. Aiden Hutchinson, beast. Pro Bowler Aiden Hutchinson, that is. Beast. 2 sacks for him today and 3 tackles for loss. Just continuing to do his thing, getting to the quarterback, getting pressure, and just being a disruptor to opposing offenses. 4 sacks for the Lions as a team today. Those 2 from Hutch, Jack Campbell, and how about Levi Onwuzurike? We see you, Levi. Good stuff. The Minnesota Vikings on third down today. 2 for 13. Yeah. Shout out to Aaron Glenn and this defense for being so dominant on third down. Lastly, for the defense, Josh Paschal. Shout out to Josh Paschal. We were hearing his name a lot today. I thought he had a good game. And now moving on to the offensive positives very quickly. First of all, Jared Goff. I thought he had a nice game today. 23 for 32, 320 yards, 2 TDs, no interceptions, no turnovers. That last part's very important. No turnovers to Jared Goff today. Very encouraging to see Jared have a game like this before we go into the playoffs. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the sun god, elite, superstar. What a game for him today. 7 catches for 144 yards in that big 70-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter. Nice to see that Amon-Ra St. Brown is okay too, following a little bit of an injury scare. Big shout out to our 2 stud running backs, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. Peanut butter and jelly, thunder and lightning. They deserve some love too. David Montgomery, congratulations for over 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns on the season. And then Jahmyr Gibbs, one of our stud rookies, congratulations on 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. And then last but certainly not least, shout out to Dan Skipper. Number 70, reported eligible. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you already know I've got my roast number coffee with me in this video. This coffee is so good, I literally changed my shirt. All jokes aside though, this really is the best cup of coffee I've personally ever had. I start each and every morning with a cup of roast number, and let me tell you, there is no other way I want to start my morning than with my roast number coffee. I love coffee, and for my fellow coffee lovers out there, whether you prefer your coffee hot or cold, I really cannot recommend roast number enough. They got the best farmers out in Guatemala and Honduras, the best roaster out in Grand Rapids, Michigan, all to help bring you the best cup of coffee possible. It even says on their website, our goal is to bring you the best cup of coffee. They got their whole bean ground coffee, which is the coffee I personally prefer because I enjoy a hot cup of coffee over cold. But they also got their nitro cold brew, which is also excellent in my opinion. Even for someone who really doesn't drink a lot of cold coffee, Roast Number's nitro cold brew is so good. If you're a coffee lover like me, give Roast Number a try. Visit our website, roastnumber.com. Link in the description below. On your coffee order, you can always use my coupon code TONYD to save yourself 20% off. And thank you, as always, to Roast Number for sponsoring this video. Let's go. Delicious. The injuries suck, but other than that, another good win for the Lions today to end what was a pretty fun regular season. 12 regular season wins in 2023, tying a single season franchise record. It should be 13 wins, and maybe a higher seed than 3, but that's neither here or there, though. I'm not going to complain about a 12-5 regular season record with the NFC North title and the number 3 seed. What a regular season was for the 2023 Detroit Lions. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's playoff time. It's wild card round time. It is time for our home playoff game. Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams are on the clock. This is a sick joke that the NFL scriptwriters are playing on us Lion fans, having Matthew Stafford come home and be our opponents for our first home playoff game at Ford Field. This is a sick joke, scriptwriters. You hear me? This is a sick joke. But I'm here for it. I don't fear the Rams. I'm confident in this matchup, even with our injuries. I'm confident in this matchup. And I am very confident that Matthew Stafford and that Rams team are walking into a hostile environment at Ford Field. That place is going to be electric and rocking. Number 9, John Matthew Stafford, I will forever love you. A lot of us here in Detroit will forever love you. Myself, along with a lot of us, were rooting for you to win the Super Bowl, and we were so happy when you did win the Super Bowl in the 2021 season. But that was in 2021. This is the 2023 season. And now you're walking into our place as the enemy. Beat Matthew Stafford. Beat the Rams. That's all I got for you in this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you throughout the week on Twitter, and video-wise, I'll see you following the wildcard game against the Rams. I'll say it one more time. Beat the Rams. Let's freaking go Lions, baby.